What's it like being in the working class? It is tough. Uh, you got to be really gritty, forcing yourself to move forward, forcing yourself to work when you don't want to, being forced to work. You might be cooked, and they make overtime. You have to work overtime. Uh, it you don't get paid much. You have low status in society when the working class is the one to keep the infrastructure moving forward. So we should probably be praised because without us, your essentials would not work. Your power, your food, your water. And obviously, we live in a society where we don't grow our own food. We don't make our own stuff. So, uh, working in this society with people who are perceived to be well off, even though it's probably fake, because a lot of people are in debt. This cycle of booms and busts. Technically, we're still in a boom. That's what's crazy. Technically, we're still in a. Technically, we haven't been through a recession. And why haven't we been through a recession? Well, because rich people are still profiting. And from what I'm hearing, it's the tech companies that are keeping everything floating forward, and obviously the government. Um, the job creation isn't what we thought it was. They fudged the numbers on it. Um, the Biden administration. So it does. After COVID, after like the lockdowns, it was easy to find a new job. You know how hard it is to find another job right now. So we're like going through a recession and inflation at the same time. That's called stagflation. Um, it's like it's worse. It's worse because because at least in a recession you don't have to deal with the inflation. The inflation that we've had to deal with is absolutely absurd. The government caused this problem, and then we are expected to live on the same, like how we've just keep it up. Like we've had our the cost of living go up so much, and our pay not keep up with inflation so much that people have taken on a lot of debt, and myself, I've taken on debt too. And honestly, I just pay for myself now. So like before, I had my kids to pay for. Me raising my kids and doing what I did with them, like not being a government leech, through most of their lives. Like when they were first born, I was a government leech, but I definitely worked. I worked. I just didn't make enough. I worked fast food, man, and I had no skills. So like I messed up having kids. I shouldn't have had kids when I had them, but I had them, and I wasn't just like sitting at home like doing drugs. And no, I was working. Um, I didn't have a GED, and I got my GED, and I got a better job, and then I made enough to support my family. I would not be able to do that now. There's no way in hell, and I don't know how people are in the working class are struggling big time, and not only that, I've seen my health insurance become worthless. I remember during this time, me getting off of welfare, one of the things I had to do was go without health insurance, and I went without health insurance for like 4 years. um, so, and I'm planning on doing it again. Um, I went without health insurance for 4 years. I had a hernia, so I had hernia surgery, right? Um, I finally got health insurance, and 2 months into the health insurance, I got my hernia surgery. Okay, and they covered everything. They covered everything. I didn't have any co-pays. They covered the procedure all the way. I didn't have any deductibles. I had to pay a lot. I had to pay a lot per week. Back then, I was paying like $89 a week for that health insurance. And now for the health insurance I have right now is like 60, um, which is way less because I make way more than I did back then. Back then I only made $9-10 an hour, but it was affordable. Like my rent was like $630 a month. Well, rents now are like over 1,000. So it's if you want a 2 bedroom. Um, so it's extremely hard. It's extremely hard. And my health insurance now, I have a $9,000 deductible with $100 co-pays, and I pay like $60 a week. That's not bad for me and my sons. But they don't pay for nothing. What is the point of it? That's why I'm gonna cancel it, because it's like, what is the point? They don't pay for it's just like, it's on paper so I could tell my car insurance company I have health insurance. I don't give a fuck anymore, dude. Like, I'll go to the doctor, they'll go to the doctor. I don't fucking care. Just fucking bill me, man. Maybe I'll never fucking pay. Like, I've had so much put on me. So much. And any other person can feel this. We've had so much put on us. So much inflation. Those stimulus checks, you know how fast those go? Like, those don't last. That's the dumbest thing that we could do, is just lock everything down and then just print out money and give it to like everybody. With my investments and what I did with this, I invested. I didn't sit here and just waste it on like trips or electronics. I invested my stimulus, man. I invested it into like, different assets. One thing I had to invest in was a car for my kid, because the transportation, I didn't want them switching schools in high school. But anyway, I wouldn't be like, I'm in a big debt because like it's like $7,000 for my kid's car, like to fix it, to do all that. My kid's teeth, like, dental insurance doesn't cover the whole thing, so I had to pay like almost $1,000 out of pocket for each wisdom teeth pull. So it's like, that's $2,000. I got 2 kids, I got them both done. And like, yeah, but most people like for what I'm doing right now, man, my credit card payments are so high. But I don't want to sell my investments. I don't want to sell my investments. I look at the 401k and I think it's a joke. I look at our currency and it just seems like it's like, I invest in a 401k. Okay, I just have money sitting there. Yeah, I can, go into more aggressive stocks or whatever, but like, my money is basically just sitting there because it's basically a savings account. It's not going to keep up with inflation. Inflation is going to keep happening. We're not going to stop. And in fact, it's going to increase significantly if Kamala gets in there. I'm not sure that they can stop spending money, man. Trump spent a lot of money. I'm not going to say he didn't spend a lot of money. He spent a lot of money. But most of that was because of the COVID reliefs and all that. Like, it wasn't just him, it was the Democrats too. Like, the Democrats were locking down for like extendedly, and the government was paying people a lot of money to stay home for like half a year to a year and a half. And I worked through that. I worked all through that. I think that I got maybe because they didn't give us our full hours. I think I might have like qualified for like some unemployment. Um, no, I had like 34 hours, but I wanted my 40. I needed my 40. Um, and it's just like, well, being in the working class before, like, okay, I dated a lot. I'm not like enthused about dating anymore. I don't even want to date. I don't know if it's because of my age. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it's because of my age, because I'm still extremely attracted to women. I still want to talk to them, and I still want to like go do things with them and date and do stuff like that. But it feels like it's just too much money. It just feels like it's not worth it. Like I can take a woman on a date, but it just feels like I can't even afford a girlfriend, man. That's what it feels like. Like I can get one. Trust me, I can get one. But it doesn't feel like it's worth the effort. It just doesn't feel like it. Because, like, it's probably not going to last. So, like, women won't date down when it comes to finances, usually. Like, they just will not date down. Unless you're a complete loser that, like, sells drugs and puts on some thug persona. Like, women love that, I guess. They like the bad boys that are like thug life. That's what's huge, is like the thug life. um like women adore that. They'll date down for that because they perceive of danger, or I can fix this guy. um and you can usually tell, you see like a good looking woman in a new car, and she's driving and the guy's in the passenger seat. No, like I don't like to drive either. But what I'm saying is, like, it's obviously her car and he doesn't have a car, or they'd probably be using his car if he had a car. So like she's, you know, if you're like a good person, a good dude, and like you work and you follow the laws, yeah, they're not attracted to you. They're not gonna date down. They don't like the, and that's what's so crazy. That shows you the state of the heightened of the degeneracy of our society, is like people who keep this essentials, like people's needs, without the work. Like, imagine if like we all just took a some like for instance, like when we had all the lockdowns, like, okay, what happens if it was a super disease that like you wipe people out, like Ebola, right? What happens if all of us got it, like when we're out here like keeping this infrastructure going, and it was that super disease and it wiped us all out? Imagine if that happened, and all the people that were staying at home are people who are just, they don't know how to do the stuff that we do. Imagine if that happened. All of a sudden, the working class is wiped out. And this could happen, and it could happen right now. We get lockdowns, you people get to stay at home again, you workers, like the office people, they could work for, like, there's no reason for them to even be at the office. They can just work from home most of the time. I don't see a point for them to even be at work. Other than like pretending like whatever they're doing matters, that they don't need to be at work. Anyway, um, I don't want I want less people at work. I want less people on the road. I hate driving. Um, so if you can remote work, you should be able to. You should work from home. And the funny thing is, like, that's less gas consumption. Like, if that person could do the same job at home, it's one thing. You can have your meetings, like your weekly meeting, you all show up, and then your management, you like jerk each other off or whatever you do, like try to like boast about this. Oh, this is going so great in my life. Oh, Shelly's like acing everything and is an honor student. Like, cool, man, cool. Like, I got a new Jaguar coming in. Like, Jaguar's not even a car brand anymore, but I got a new Mercedes Benz. I'm getting in the new Mercedes Benz. Like, Like you're so like you're just whatever. Like you're not nothing. Like your job's gonna be completely replaced. But what I'm saying, like if we would have been wiped out, or we get wiped out, imagine that if we get wiped out right now, it could happen. What do you think is gonna happen to your society? Everything's gonna get shut off. Everything's gonna be shut off. You won't have water. You won't have food. You won't have power. You won't have any of that shit without us. And we're looked down on. We're the ones that keep this shit going forward. Us, and this is why you have so many men not working. So many men aren't working because doing these jobs, women don't appreciate it. Women don't appreciate these jobs. They look down on it. Like I get looked down on in this society because I'm not a dude. If I wanted to, I have the intelligence to learn one thing and be very good at it. I can do their job. I could do management. Man, if I wanted to, I can learn physicist, or like I can learn some extreme thing that's highly intelligent. Like it might take me a little bit longer. I'm not gonna say that it wouldn't. It would take me. It would be a rough road for me, but I'm sure I can learn how to be a physicist, man. Seriously, I think I can. I have an above average IQ, and I can definitely. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to like concentrate all of your energy and awareness into this one subject, which I don't want to do. I like having a broad understanding, a general understanding of a lot of different things. I don't want to just be like an expert in one thing and then like what else? I have no other interests. I have too many interests, man. I can't do that. But so this is why I don't relate with the average. The average. What happens in the working class? This is what it's like. A full day of manual labor is extremely tough on your body and your emotions, and your psyche. So this is why a lot of people in the working class, when they get home, they'll get themselves some fast food, or like eat crappy, like that's eating crappy, but or they drink, or they do marijuana. They do that because they're giving themselves like a reward from going through the intense labor of getting through the day. Doing manual labor for so many hours is just it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you. My creativity is completely, man, it's so hard for me to be creative. It really is. It's really hard. Like the job I'm doing right now just like takes all my creativity. Like enjoy. Enjoy. But I'm old too, so I don't know if it's because of but I'm looking at my kid and I'm like, I feel I can relate. I still relate to the people at work. And they're like, most of the people are young. Like, I'm the old man there, man. I'm the old man. I'm the oldest person doing this job at my job. The job I'm doing is a young man's job. My body, and I do it pretty. I can keep up with some of the fastest people. Like some of the fastest people, like they're faster than me for sure. But like, I mean, I'm not like far behind them. But what happens when I go that speed, like when I go super fast with them, is it starts hurting my body. Like my body is already like, I'm already dealing with all these different problems because of this job anyway. I'm not talking bad about the company either. The company is great. I think they're a net positive. So I think they're a good company, and I don't have anything bad to say about the actual company. So, but what I'm talking about the actual job. I'm talking about working class because like this job is the same as any other job. So I just want to make sure that's clear that I'm not talking bad about the company. The company is great. um, d- Doing these manual labor jobs takes so much out of your body. So like me as an old person, because I'm old. I'm in my mid 40s. I'm old. I have like these different tendonitis. Like I have like I'm flat foot, so like I have like calf problems. I got neck problems, and it's not even a muscle; it's a tendonitis or whatever. And I never had that problem when I was younger. I didn't have that problem. So doing these jobs is like it takes it takes its toll on your body. Uh, but like it makes you extremely tired when you come home, man. You come home from working one of these jobs, you just want to just veg. You just want to like maybe take a nap because you're tired. But then it's like for me, I don't like to take a nap because if I take a nap, it'll mess up my sleep, and I know I have to work the next day, and I'm like, man, then I'll be up like too late, and so, like I like to have my sleep. Oh, like my sleep is so crucial to me at this point. My sleep is so vital. Like it is vital to my life that I have good sleep. Uh, I need to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. 6 to 7 is fine, but anything before 6 and it's gonna be a bad day. I need at least 6 hours of sleep, like solid sleep. Um, and yeah, like when you get home from doing these manual labor jobs for 8 hours that day, or possibly longer, because you're forced to. Um, which I think that mandatory overtime should be barred. I think it should be illegal. Man, I would not care if I didn't have to pay taxes on that. If I didn't have to pay taxes on that overtime pay, that'd be cool. Uh, but since I have to pay income taxes, it's like I don't even want to work it, man, because you take too much out. Like I'm not making $100,000 a year, dude. And I don't want to wait to get my money back. Yeah, you get your money back or whatever, but I don't. Who the hell wants to wait like a year to get your money back? No, I want my money now. Like, I want my money now. I don't want to even wait a week to get my paycheck. I want my paycheck just to go right into my account. As soon as I clock in, I can see, oh, I'm making money. Oh, yeah, I'm hourly, whatever. Like, yeah. Like, I just automatically get it. Um, But yeah, it's tough, man. Working class is tough. It's tough being a working class. As soon as you get home, you just want to chill. You just want to watch TV, play a video game. Even like playing a video game, it's like, I don't even know if I want to do that because I don't want to think. You don't want to do too much thinking. And it prohibits my creativity. It really does. It takes away, like, trying to like, trying to plan, like, when I can be creative, it just doesn't work very well. Like, okay, I got a day off. So like usually on my days off, I gotta run errands. I gotta clean because I ain't gonna do that on days I work because that's just way too much. So like, oh, it's gonna be really bad. I'm not gonna do the same job I'm doing right now. Anyway, I'm just thinking to myself. But yeah, like this is why you see people in the working class, they're out of shape or whatever, is because the emotions it takes to get through a hard day at work. You want to reward yourself. You're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. I've dealt with this multiple times at work. I deal with this all the time at work. It's like you're kind of at that halfway point. You're like, damn, man, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to. I'm like that before I even like clock in. I'm like, damn, I don't even want to be here. And it's just kind of like you just force yourself, or like you get mandatory overtime. You're like, man, I do not want to work. I don't, like that's the lat. I do not want to be forced to work when I don't want to work. That's the worst, man. When you you got plans and then company like I said, the current company I work for is great. All companies do this. I've worked for a bunch of different companies the last 6 years of my life. They all do this. You get forced to work overtime. Whether it's coming in on your day off or staying longer that actual day, you get forced. And it's like, dude, how can you just sit there and disrespect my time like I'm a slave? How is this legal? Like, I don't have any vested interest in this company other than job security. That's it. That's it. Like, you're not giving me any type of stock in your company. Okay? So I don't have any type of ownership. I'm just a rented worker. I don't give a fuck about your company. Like, if another company comes along and I have a better deal, I'm going to leave your fucking company, and I don't care if you go bankrupt. I don't have any vested interest, and you don't have any fucking interest in. So having this this whole oh, this is a fucking family when it's a corporation, when it's a multi-state, multi-country fucking corporation, and we're supposed to be like a fucking family. Like, fuck off, dude. I don't relate to you. I don't even want to talk to most of you people. It's not a family. I'm here to make money. Okay, so I don't need any type of cook off. I don't need any type of apparel. I don't need any Christmas parties or any other kind of parties, get-togethers. I don't need any of that. I just want, if you have extra money to spend on parties and stuff, take my portion out. Take my portion out for the cookout and just give me the fucking money. I'm not going to wear your apparel. I'm not going to be caught out wearing your apparel unless I deface it. But obviously, if I work for the company, I'm not going to deface it. But I'm not going to wear your shit. So just give me the money. I'm there to make money. I'm not a part of your family. And the thing is, there's a family feel because you work. Listen, if the corporations want to make things cool, if you want people to probably care more, this is what I would do with a big company, a big facility. Instead of okay, there's this company I work for in Missouri. It was a meat packing plant, right? They slaughter pigs, and then we would ship them. I never took part in the slaughtering or cutting up, but I shipped the product. I shipped the pig. Apparently, a lot of immigrants, I think these were, I don't know, there might have been some illegals. I don't know. I thought it was, I thought you couldn't have illegals, but some of them, they definitely couldn't speak English. So that tells me, if you can't even speak English, how the hell are you a legal citizen? How are you passing these tests? Seriously, if you can't speak English, if you can't speak the language, how are you going through do they just have classes where it's their language? I don't know. I never done that process. So there's probably a technical thing some liberal will say, "Oh, this is technically, you can just become a citizen and not even take a class in English. You can just take it in whatever language." I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't know everything. So I get corrected. My new information comes in. I'm like, dang, dude, that was a good point I had. That evaporated it. So I got to pivot and be like, okay, I was wrong. Happens. I'm wrong a lot. But anyway, a lot of them would stay in the same place and then like drive up together. So I don't know if they actually like paid for this in some type of way. I don't know. Anyway, if they want things to be more, people to care more, you got to create a better environment where people like want to be there. Like, I think the whole point of going to college is to have that college experience. Like, a lot of people don't care about the actual degree. They just want to go party and have fun. And you kind of have to have that to some degree at work, but it's hard because, like, you can't have people going to work inebriated. Okay, so you can't have people working inebriated. But like, if these companies that have like huge facilities had some type of housing nearby, even if they like owned an apartment complex where you don't have to commute that far, like, okay, make it really cool. Make it like, oh, this is like, make it like a college experience, man. But like, okay, if I have some extra time that I want to go to work, cause like I don't have to just follow a schedule. Like, yeah, you can have your schedule, but it's like, if I want to work overtime because I got extra time, maybe I just wake up it's like 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't go to sleep. Well, if I want to do some extra work, make some extra money, I can just walk into work and just like clean something up or get in the production line, like go to work, actual work. There's cameras everywhere anyway. So like, if somebody's not working, you can see them dicking off on the camera. Like, that's how they should do it. And then they can get money off of people's housing too. I think this is how they did it before. This type of scenario would be more for people who are single. And this is what I'm saying about like being able to be more mobile. Like, if I don't want to live in this city or this territory, it would be cool to like join a company where I have somewhere to stay. I have somewhere to clean myself. And then like, if an opportunity opens up and I don't like the state I'm at, I can transfer to this other place. Maybe I have to be here for 6 months. Maybe I have to be here a year before like I can transfer to another state or something like that. But it's just like, let me be more mobile. Like, how do we correct homelessness? Like, somebody's got to step up here, man. Like, it's either going to be the companies or the government needs to step up with this homeless problem of like, we need to have more safety nets for people. Whether we have like camps for like homeless people where they can be rehabilitated, not like concentration camps where like you have these camps in the middle of nowhere. So like, people have to contribute to the community, or they get exiled, and then they can try to make it out in the woods or the desert, or the next town's like 20 miles away, so, or 50 miles. Like, you can make these like, the point is, you need to rehabilitate and put you back into society. You can't just sit here and do drugs. And some people need to be taken care of. So there needs to be places for people that are like, we need to get rid of the crime, man. We need to make our cities better. But like I said, somebody needs to step up, because this whole threat of like it's so annoying trying to figure out where I'm gonna stay. It's so annoying. It's annoying to get back and forth to work. So if I work for, like, there needs to be more opportunity that takes care of us more, takes care of our housing more, takes care of our utilities more. You can make it like a college experience at these apartments. It could be like a fun place. You got like activities, and people can participate, and it could be more friendly. Like, relationships can be built. People, and I know, don't date people where you work, but like if we made things more mobile for people and easier for people to like move to a different place. Well, if it don't work out with Susie or John over here, well, I don't want to be here no more. So I'll just go ahead and go somewhere else. We need to, like, somebody has to step up in this infrastructure. We cannot, like, this. I'm still living in the 90s. Like, I'm renting some place at an apartment that some like corporation owns anyway. And the corporations own pretty much almost everything. You try to be like a startup right now, you're basically not getting anywhere. 97% of businesses fail for a big reason. For me to go all in and starting a business right now is just like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I don't want any responsibilities, dude. People want less responsibilities these days, man. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. But I'm driving, and people can't drive, dude. And I know mistakes happen, but it is way worse than it's ever been in my life. With people not using the turning signals, I don't want to drive to work. I live 8 miles from where I work. Part of the reason why, like, these places, okay, these community centers, they need to have a gym. They need to have some place where people, like, some type of like club or something like that for your employees. Because like this whole family thing, like, that's cool. Like, families are different, okay? Definitely you'll want to live here if you're a family. Maybe you can set something up, but like, if you're just a single person, which more and more people are becoming single, I would love to work for a corporation. Like some corporation hires me, and they're like, "You're gonna live here," just like China, man. Just like you live where you work. I want to be, dude. Provide this shit. I don't want to think about it. I just want to go to work, man. I just want to do the job and do my thing. Do my creative thing. Like, I don't want to think about bills. I don't want to think about having to pay utilities and rent and then car insurance. Like, I don't want to do this shit. I fucking hate it. I feel like I'm running a business anyway. Like, just running my life is running a fucking business. And that's why I don't even want to have a business. It's like, dude, I already fucking have to keep track of all these finances, man. Like, just keeping myself. I feel like I'm my own business. With all these different bills I have to do just to maintain this body. But yeah, it's like, we need to have more stuff like that here in America. There's not. There's no safety net. There's nothing. Like, it's like, if I go bankrupt, I'm on the street. If I lose my job, when my resources run out, I'm on the street, dude. I'm on the street. That's it. If you don't have any family that'll take you in, or friends, you're on the street. It shouldn't be like that. Like, people have hard times. Like, you lose everything, then what? Like, look at the hurricanes. People lost their houses. Like, okay, economics just stopped there. And in fact, like, oh, my battery's about to die. This was a long enough video. Even though, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's hard as hell to be in the working class. And that's why you see a lot of working class people, is because, like, it takes so much emotional, it takes a lot out of you emotionally. Oh, you're a man. Dude, we're humans, man. We're not robots. Oh, you're not a manly. Like, okay, I guess I'm not a manly man. Whatever.